Welcome to another episode of Montage, a lifestyle show for men and women who enjoy food, fashion, entertainment, and inspiration. I'm your host, Stephanie Sutton. Today we're going to start with closet cleaners. I hate when I buy an article of clothing and I feel like I can only wear it one time. Well, that's why we have Shayla Courtney here, who's going to show you how to wear your favorite article of clothing multiple ways.
Hi, it's your fave stylist, Shayla Courtney, and I'm here with Brittany today.
Hey!
Hi, Brittany! Are there any items in your closet that you need help styling?
Actually, yes, this denim jacket. I like to wear it to cover my shoulders if I get chilly, but I'd also like to really incorporate it into my wardrobe to make it like a serious piece.
Okay, all right. Well, let's get you in a couple of looks,
Okay.
and I'm going to style it with the denim jacket so you can see what options you have.
Okay, cool.
Okay, Brittany, so for this first outfit, what I did with the denim jacket was roll up the sleeves, and I added a maxi skirt to a tank. And we left the tank plain so that we could use a lot of bling at the neck. So, by combining this look, we've kind of dressed up the denim jacket a little bit, but it's still casual enough that you can get away with it during the day.
Okay.
Okay, Brittany, so what I did with this look was I rolled down the sleeves of the denim jacket. The cuff kind of makes it a little more casual. And then I paired the jacket with this dressier orange dress. This look is perfect for a date night. Let's say you're doing dinner and a movie. You'll be able to use this jacket at the movie theater to keep you warm and be able to take it off while you're at dinner. The earrings blend perfectly to dress it up and still look great.
Thanks, Shayla. I really appreciate your help for helping me make this denim jacket a staple in my wardrobe. I can't wait to try out the looks.
Awesome. If you need help blending your wardrobe, make sure to visit my website at www.shaylacourtney.com.
With the weather getting just a little bit warmer, it's time to brighten things up. Makeup artist Sarah Ballon shows you how to add a pop of color not only to your clothing, but to your face.
My name is Sarah Roland. I'm a makeup artist, and I'm going to be doing a bright, colorful look on my model today, Mary Frances. I'm going to prep her eyes with a product called Painterly, and I'm going to start at her eyelid, and I'm going to distribute the product evenly with a flat brush. Right. Now I'm going to put on a lid color. Since we're doing a fun, bright look, I'm going to do a little bit of a softer neutral color on her eyelid, and then I'm going to play up most of the color into her crease. So I'm using a color, kind of a mid-tone gold color, all over her lid, and I'm pressing it right into the base. I'm doing a patting motion. It's basically what they call a stippling motion. Has a nice soft reflex. And then I'm going to sweep a natural color, a soft neutral right underneath her brow with the same brush and just let her flip it around. Now we get to go into the crease color. I'm going to take a blending brush. I'm taking a tapered blending brush, and I'm going to use this fun green right in her crease. Lift up the brow, and we're going to go right over her crease. So her crease is basically right underneath her bone, right here, her ocular bone. And that's how I know where to place it. The crease isn't always where your flap is. A lot of times people get that confused. Since we're doing a bold, colorful look, I'm going to do a brighter blue in her crease, and we're going to start on the outer end of her eye, and I'm taking a smaller blending brush. So I'm just right now, just coming back to blend. And I'm actually going to use a little bit of black to make it a little bit more dramatic, and I'm kind of making a little bit of a baby triangle inside the other triangle we created. Taking the big blending brush to blend it all in so that there's no hard lines. So you can see she has a nice kind of smoked out just on the ends of color. And then we'll perfect her brows just a little bit before we move on to her eyeliner. And she already has nice structured brows. I'm just going to start at the underscore of her brow and very lightly pencil in. Start about halfway across her eye, thin line, and go from thin to thick. I'm going to press in a little bit of a loose glitter pigment. Give it a little extra wow factor. We're going to do some liner on the bottom. Use another teal type color. And then I'm actually going to blend in a little bit of eyeshadow into the eyeliner. And this is the finished look. Close your eyes. This is a fun, bright colored look that you can do. You can do it with a variety of different colors. We obviously use blues and greens, but you can do it with purples and pinks, oranges, yellows, any type of colors that are complementary or even monochromatic work really well together. And good luck with this look. I think you guys will enjoy it.
Even though it's been a few months, I think I can speak for everyone and say we're all still recovering from our holiday food eating binge. Well, that's why we have Chef Mark Conway here to give a nutritious take on some tasty tacos.
Hi, I'm Chef Mark again, and this is Kitchen Inc. And today we're going to make mushu tacos. Yes, I said mushu. It's an Asian dish you'll usually find on top of, say, rice or noodles, but today we're going to fuse it, put it in a taco shell, and make it a little more accessible for people like kids or people who haven't tried a lot of food that's out there. It is a vegetarian dish. You can add meat, but this is that opportunity to get a lot of vegetables, a lot of fruit into a diet in a way that people accept. So we're going to get started by just chopping up some vegetables. The nice thing about a mushu is that it can be any vegetable, any fruit, anything you like. It doesn't have to be a certain set of things. So what I like to do is, of course, I like onions and everything. So I'm going to just go ahead and chop up some onions. And again, we're going to be sauteing these. So you really just want them in your strips because you want them to hold up. You don't want them to be too thin. You just want some nice strips of onions that'll saute down really well. Another thing I'm a big fan of is squash. So I'm going to go ahead and cut up some squash and have that as part of my taco. Now remember, your squash will cook down very quickly and it'll cook down to almost mush. So what you can do to kind of sway that away is just add that a little later into the process. So we've got some squash in there now. I do like to have a little bit of heat, so I'm going to hit us a nice fresh jalapeno. Word to the wise, jalapenos, a lot of your heat is in what they call the capsaicin, and that is in the ribs and the seeds of the jalapeno. So if you want to take some of the heat out, pull this section here right out of your jalapeno. The other thing I'll give you a warning on, jalapenos, the flesh has an oil in it that will seep right into your fingers. It's not going to wash out very easy, so if you got sensitive skin, go ahead and wear gloves when you cut up any of your hot peppers. And again, all this is just going to go into a pan and we're going to cook it all down. Now, you know, food's got to look good if you want to eat it. It's got to taste good, it's got to smell good, but it ought to look good too. So we're going to add in some different colors to make sure that we have a really eye-appealing dish. Now, bell peppers, funny thing about a bell pepper is realistically, it's all the same pepper. It all grows on the same plant. It's just how long it sits on the plant. Starts as green and it works its way all the way to red. Red is a little more sweet. Green, a little more bite. Yellow kind of falls in between. So we're going to add a little bit of red, green, and yellow. If you can get an orange one, definitely grab an orange pepper and put it in. But again, we're just going for a meld of flavors, which is big in Asian food and Latin food, is a lot of bold, big flavors. So you're seeing some traditional Latin ingredients as well as some traditional Asian ingredients. But then you're going to see some traditional Kitchen Inc. ingredients, like an apple. So we're going to go ahead and dice up an apple and put some of that in here, because you will absolutely love the texture and you're going to love the flavor that it adds to this dish. All right, and our last piece is cabbage. Again, that's coming back to that more traditional mushu, and you can really use any cabbage you like. If you like red cabbage, feel free to put red cabbage in. If you're more of a Napa cabbage fan, that'll work too. It's really just a preference issue when it comes to cabbage. So I'm just going to cut a side off, pull off any loose pieces, and from that point, just kind of cut it into strips, just like everything else. All right, we are all cut, we're ready, we're gonna head over to the stovetop and we're gonna go ahead and get everything cooking. All right, now we're headed back over to the stovetop. We've got a hot pan. In here we've got just a little bit of olive oil. Again, you can use things like coconut oil, sesame seed oil, whatever it is you're looking for. Just go ahead and watch your smoke points though. It gets too hot, you're gonna have a lot of smoke, so keep it at a medium heat. Now we're gonna go ahead and just add our ingredients in. That's a nice thing about a mushu. Very simple, very easy to use. And all we're doing in here is going to let these cook down. So I just got a spatula, we're going to turn them around a few times, let them cook, and just kind of do their thing. I'm going to only add just a little bit of salt, and really again, I just use the salt to help everything break down a little bit. A little pepper for flavor. Okay. And now we're just going to let it cook. Now, typically in an Asian dish, you'd see people add things like plum sauce. Now, plum sauce is just that. It's a nice sweet alternative, a little syrupy to go in, but why not actually use a plum? That was a thought I had when I was making mushu this last time. So I went to the store and I just picked up a plum, and so as this cooks down a little bit, we're just going to throw a diced up plum in there and let it become its own plum sauce. And we'll add a few other things, and then shortly thereafter we'll have mushu tacos. Now, one of the things you'll see and notice right away on this is you see so many colors. It's very vibrant, it's very bright. Your kids are going to love it, people are going to love it. So on a dish, even though it's a taco, it's going to look amazing, not just like, okay, here's the flour tortilla, little cheese, little lettuce, little meat. It's going to be a very pretty dish with a lot of colors and a lot of flavors going on. Some of the things we're going to use to form the sauce for the taco are simple things. Apple cider vinegar, a lot of great flavor. It'll help cut through some of the sweet. We're going to use some hoisin sauce, which is kind of like an Asian barbecue sauce. But again, I really like to emphasize the flavor of the vegetables, so we're just going to use a little bit of that hoisin sauce just to get a nice coating. All right, I'm going to turn it down just a bit more, and I'm just going to come right over here and grab my plum so I can cut that down and let that cook into a sauce. So my little plum's hiding here underneath everything. Nice, good, ripe plum. And all we're going to do is cut it into its, again, same thing, just some nice little stripes. You know, as your kids start coming of age, start being able to reach the counter, it's a great thing to get them a little starter set of knives and start teaching them how to cut too. The more involved they get, the more they'll try the food. Simple, just throw your plums right in. We're going to let those cook down along with our vegetables. And if you don't want to use, say you're making a taco or something else and you don't want to get too heavy with fats, or you're trying to cut back, if you shred up a butternut squash on a cheese grater, just like you would a block of cheese, it'll come across with almost that creamy texture, and your kids are going to think it's cheese. So you can get away with another vegetable in a dish. As you can see now, that plum really starts adding in another nice bit of color. And we're about the stage now where we're going to add just a little bit of apple cider vinegar. Not too much, just enough to kind of cut it a little bit. And again, like I said, we'll add just a little bit of the hoisin sauce. Just enough to give it a nice little coating. So really at most you're talking maybe a tablespoon. Let's give it a good stir, let everything get nice and coated and let it all cook together. Now you can really start smelling that hoisin cook into your vegetables. And don't forget, we've got apples and plums in there, so you're really giving something for a little bit of everybody. All right. I think we're about ready. We'll transfer right over here to our countertop and go ahead and put together our mushu taco. See here, make sure you put a little something down so you don't burn your counter. Take your flour tortilla, scoop in a little bit here, get a little bit of everything. There's one. And yet who can stop at one taco? All right, and there is two. And there you have it, mushu tacos. A lot of flavor, a lot of color, a lot of pizzazz to wow everybody that comes by, but at the same time, you're gonna have fun with your kids. They're gonna try something new. Thanks for stopping by the kitchen. See you next time.
So the things I love about the spa are the exfoliation, the relaxation, the treatments, but the thing I hate the most is the price. So Do It on a Dime's Daryl Dwayne is going to show us how to have your own at-home spa treatment for a quarter of the price.
Daryl Dwayne here on Do It on a Dime, and today we're going to take you to the spa. Now, when you think about the spa, you tend to think of relaxation, full body scrubs, but that can get a little expensive. So we've opted to do it within reason. Here we have pretty much everything we need to make our scrub for your full body scrub. We have sugar, we have virgin coconut oil. These two main ingredients will give us exactly what we need in order to, I would say, scrub all your cares away. So we've already preheated our coconut virgin oil here in our bowl. We have about a cup of sugar, and we're going to add that to the already preheated coconut oil. So we're just going to pour that in there and then stir it up while we pour a little more in there. Now, a lot of you may be wondering sugar as a scrub, but because of the graininess of the sugar, it helps to really exfoliate the skin. So you'll have that milky, smooth complexion that you've always wanted. And again, these are items you can find in your kitchen. Now, if you have to run out and go to the store for these items, we recommend maybe the dollar store or your closest Rite Aid or drugstore will do the trick. Now, once you get it the consistency you want it, and that looks about right. We'll put a little more in there. Why not? Once you get it the consistency you want, it should sort of start to thicken up, as you can see right in there. Now, once it's thick enough to what you like it, everybody's preference is different, you can then apply this to face and body. Now, as with any scrub, you want to definitely rub it in really good to make sure we get in those pores and exfoliate all that dead skin away. The awesome part about this, I would say, is it's also edible. So there's a lot of different, there's a lot of wonderful qualities about making it and doing it yourself. Now, if you want to really go for the whole full spa experience, why not also add your jojoba oil? You can use this jojoba oil, heat it up, and it will turn into a relaxing massage. Now, if you really want to expand on the spa treatment, you can also package this up and maybe bless somebody else with that spa treatment as well. We found these nifty little jars here at the dollar store. And if you have a little excess left over from your personal spa day, why not take that and pour it right into the jar? Just like that. Of course, you want to fill yours up to the brim, lock and load it, and now you have a neat little gift that you can also bring as a party favor to your friend's house, or if you just want to give a nice Christmas gift for your grandma. Everybody loves a good scrub. Tea lights will be another added benefit or bonus to jazzing up that spa day. So if you want to do maybe a gift bag where you add the homemade scrub with the tea lights and the jojoba oils, we have the whole package here. So I say sharing is caring. Definitely make sure you tune back in for more tips with Do It on a Dime with me, Daryl Dwayne, on Montage.
Being an entrepreneur takes a lot of hard work and dedication. Today's Montage moment, we have Nicole Good of Periwinkle Fresh, whom we sat down with to talk about her inspiration for her company and what it takes to be a business owner.
The name of my company is Periwinkle Fresh, and I came up with that idea. I was asleep one night, I woke up, and that's what I remembered from my dream was Periwinkle Fresh, and that stuck. And ever since then, it's been Periwinkle Fresh. I realized jewelry was my passion when I wanted to do it every single day. When I was at work, I would want to design a piece, like sketch it out. When I would be at home and there was nothing to do, that's what I would go to. So I think that's how I discovered jewelry was my passion. I got into making jewelry because I saw a lack of creativity in the market. I thought, wow, I went to school for architecture. I'm pretty sure I can design jewelry. So I just started doing it. It started off really crappy at first, of course, as anything does when you first start doing it. But I think I gradually got better with time. I think what sets my jewelry apart from other jewelry designers that are out there right now is that I make one-of-a-kind pieces. Most of the time, I'm only doing one piece and that's it. Sometimes I'll do two pieces, but other than that, it's normally one-of-a-kind pieces and you can't find it anywhere else. Some of my designs I would say are quirky. They definitely show a lot of my personality. It's very artistic. And because I went to school for architecture, I think it's very architectural. And because I love architecture so much, I think that's how they correlate. I want people to get from my designs that you can be you. Be unique, be quirky, be crazy if you want to. A lot of my designs they're out there. You have to have a strong personality to wear them most of the time. And just be you. I think the essential accessories that people need, male or female, I think males need watches because sometimes they don't know how to tell time. No, I'm just kidding. I think basic accessories that male or females need. I think a female should try and wear a necklace with every outfit that she has. Try. That's a big word, try. And I think males, I actually like males that have bracelets on. I think it gives them character. I believe the future of Periwinkle Fresh is going to be very bright. I think that once I get this next line out, that it's going to be all over the world. So I'm very excited. Some advice for young entrepreneurs or entrepreneurs just getting out there and getting started is never give up, because there were times where I felt defeated. Why isn't anybody buying my stuff? Is it too out there? And I just had to be comfortable in my own skin and realize that God has a path for me, and that path is not anything that I have set up, but it's all Him.
Thanks for watching this episode of Montage. For more information about the show, you can log on to the website listed below, and make sure you follow us on social media. We'll see you next time.